I left off on the last episode leaving Thunder Bay, Ontario, and after a one-night stay in Sault Ste. Marie, somewhere between Blind Bay and North Bay, Ontario, I had an issue with the bike. It happened while I was at a gas station. I finished filling up, but when I went to start up again, I had no power. The bike was dead. I was a bit alarmed as this had never happened before. So I had to carefully push the fully loaded bike away from the pumps so I could see if I could fix the no-start issue. In the parking lot of the gas station, I removed the luggage and found my tools and began to work on the battery connections. They seemed tight, but I retightened them anyway. When I turned the key, the power on the display lit up and my problem seemed to be fixed. Thankfully, the bike started up and so I got back on the road. But now I had something to worry about. Was it fixed? Or was there a serious problem that I did not know about? I continued on my journey of endless miles, and when it was time for another fill-up, the same thing happened. The bike would not start. The display was not lit, and now I was getting worried. I again began to push the heavy bike away from the pumps. But as I was doing this, I accidentally dropped the bike and it crashed hard onto the right-hand side, breaking the front brake lever. I began to try and lift the bike upright, but because of the weight of the luggage, I could not do it. Thankfully, there was a strong young man who had been having lunch at a picnic bench with his family, and he came to my rescue. With his help, the bike was right side up again. And I again disconnected and reconnected the battery connections. The bike again started up. I was very concerned as to why this was happening. When I got to North Bay, Ontario, I took a room at the North Bay Travel Lodge. It was Sunday, and so the Triumph dealership in Ottawa was closed but would be open on Tuesday. I was still another day's ride to get to Ottawa, and I was determined to get to the bottom of my battery problem. When I got to the Triumph dealership in Ottawa, at first they said it would be a 4-day wait to get the bike into the shop to look at. But after I explained to the manager that I was on a cross-Canada trip and could not really wait for 4 or 5 days to have it looked at, he let me bring it in. 45 minutes later they had it fixed and also installed a new brake lever. I was overjoyed and I continued to find the Parliament buildings. So here I am in the capital city of Ottawa and trying to find the Parliament buildings. I have an app on my phone display that is showing me and speaking to me in my earphones, but the city is so busy and there is so much construction going on. So it is not an easy task. Is that the Parliament building over there? So there is so many security warnings and no parking signs everywhere. I pulled over to check my location and where I should go. Just then, a security guard came and said to move from where I am. So I went and rode around again the block a few more times till I find a spot where I can at least have a look. I found out later that because of the trucker siege on the streets of Ottawa around the Parliament buildings, that was only a few months before, there was heightened security. Also as well, the buildings were being renovated and you could only visit inside on a tour if you purchased a ticket. So I parked the bike for a while, and took a few photos and went on my way. The bike seemed to be fixed and that was a relief. Onward to Montreal. Thanks for watching my cross-Canada adventure so far. Please like and subscribe for more videos. You are watching Bonneville Bound.